Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. The life of the dead is placed in the memory of the living. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn. While there's life, there's hope. A room without books is like a body without a soul. The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory. The welfare of the people is the ultimate law. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. The face is a picture of the mind with the eyes as its interpreter. If you have no enemy to fight, you create one. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. We must not say every mistake is a foolish one. What then is freedom? The power to live as one wishes. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. The first bond of society is marriage. Friendship makes prosperity more shining and lessens adversity by dividing and sharing it. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. The law is not so much a restraint as it is a safeguard. I am not ashamed to confess that I am ignorant of what I do not know. He only employs his passion who can make no use of his reason. Advice in old age is foolish, for what can be more absurd than to increase our provisions for the road the nearer we approach to our journey's end? While we are postponing, life speeds by. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Nobody can give you wiser advice than yourself. Natural ability without education has more often raised a man to glory and virtue than education without natural ability. While there is life, there is hope. Times are bad. Children no longer obey their parents, and everyone is writing a book. The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory. It is exercise alone that supports the spirits and keeps the mind in vigor. The life given us by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. The wise are instructed by reason, ordinary minds by experience, the stupid by necessity, and brutes by instinct. He who has a garden and a library wants for nothing. A room without books is like a body without a soul. We are all motivated by a keen desire for praise, and the better a man is, the more he is inspired to glory. In nothing do men more nearly approach the gods than in giving health to men. As I give thought to the matter, I find 4 causes for the apparent misery of old age. First, it withdraws us from active accomplishments. Second, it renders the body less powerful. Third, it deprives us of almost all forms of enjoyment. Fourth, it stands not far from death. A friend is, as it were, a second self. The beginnings of all things are small. Laws are silent in times of war. For what is liberty but the unhampered translation of will into act? In nothing do men more nearly approach the gods than in giving health to men. It is a shameful thing to be weary of inquiry when what we search for is excellent. The safety of the people shall be the highest law. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil.